Hello Terry, it is Wednesday, April 20th. I'm Ben.
And I'm Thomas Randall.
And you're watching THS TV. We're excited to welcome Lamar CISD's Superintendent, Dr. Thomas Randall, to the show today.
Thanks for inviting me.
We always like having you on the show, Dr. Randall. I would say I like being back at school, but I might be exaggerating. Even though we won't argue with getting a couple of days off, could you explain what goes into making a decision like that?
Well, the district works with Fort Bend County Office of Emergency Management, our staff, and other authorities to assess the weather and road conditions. We get up to the minute reports from the Weather Service and evaluate the information throughout the night before making a decision. Students and staff and their safety is our #1 priority. We never like to lose instructional days, but we'd rather make sure that everyone is safe and sound.
So, do we have to make up those days?
Well, actually, we will be sending a letter to the commissioner and asking the commissioner to waive those days, and hopefully he will approve them. And if he does, then we will not have to make up those days.
All right, well, keeping that in mind, it seems everybody's texting pictures of their front yard, under the water, or the water under the Brazos Bridge.
Here's a video by Ben, Judith, and Nat on why you shouldn't take pictures in your car, text them, and think you can still drive.
So remember, Rangers, don't text and drive.
Let's do a little bragging. The Symphonic Band attended the UIL concert and sight reading contest.
After a lot of hard work, the band and Mr. Allman received a 1 on stage and a 2 in sight reading.
The next day, the Wind Ensemble attended the UIL concert and sight reading contest. They and Ms. Castillo earned a 1, a 2, and a 2 on stage and straight 1s in sight reading. Congratulations.
Donations are still being taken for the Fort Bend Animal Shelter. If you have any of the items on screen, please see Ms. Krachensky. They'll also take monetary donations.
In sports, games and practices will depend on the weather.
The game schedule depends on the weather and the field conditions. Check with the coaches or on the school's website to see if games have been postponed.
Speaking of the weather, what does it look like for the rest of the week?
I wish I could say there's no more rain, but I can't. There's a strong chance of rain today and tomorrow, but there's good news. Friday and the weekend looks great with sunny skies and warm temperatures.
We're still under flash flood watch, so continue to be careful out there.
The Rangerette Spring Show this past weekend was a huge hit. The Rangerettes, the Manrettes, the Rangerettes' moms, and teachers were all on stage both nights.
T-shirts are still available. They're $60 or $16. If you want one, please let Mrs. Wilson know by 4 today. I hear your prom is right around the corner.
You heard right, Dr. Randall. Our prom is Saturday, April 30th from 7 to 11 at Safari, Texas.
Tickets are on sale through today at the discount price. It's $45 for individuals and $80 for couples.
After tomorrow, tickets are $55 for individuals and $90 for couples. They'll be on sale until April 27th. Check in the cafeteria with Sergeant King during all lunches.
Seniors, your cap and gown will not be delivered on April 22nd. There's been a delay on Balfour's End, but the cap and gown will be here in plenty of time.
This also gives you an opportunity to make sure you've paid for your cap and gown. Contact the Balfour office in Houston at the number shown and take care of business.
Remember, we have new gowns this year, so get yours or you won't walk across the stage in May. What about a joke? I hear you guys are famous about your jokes.
Well, famous might not be the right word, Dr. Randall, but here goes. Why couldn't the stupid monster make ice cubes?
I don't know. Why?
Because he lost the recipe.
I've heard that said about Aggies, but never Monsters.
The library will be closed all week. Miss Rose is attending a conference, and the English classes have already scheduled the computers in the library lab.
Credit restoration is open tomorrow after school. You can also work in credit restoration the rest of the Saturdays in the semester.
Miss Pryor is here from 7:30 to 11 on Saturdays up in her room.
You can also get original credit by going to summer school. There are 2 terms, and there is a variety of classes.
The cost is $200. If you have free or reduced lunch, the cost is $100 a semester. Scholarships are available.
Ranger Success is open tomorrow after school, and buses will be running. So if you stay for credit restoration or Ranger Success, you will have a way home.
Dr. Randall, it's the beginning of the 6 weeks. Do I really need to worry about my grades?
Well, I'd advise you not worrying about your grades, but working for your grades. Go to tutoring, do your homework, and pay attention in class. Those 3 qualities will get you far in life.
So why don't you tell me what's on the lunch menu for tomorrow?
Glad you asked. It's chicken drumsticks with a roll or spicy chicken tenders with a roll.
And now for some birthdays. Happy birthday to Miss Lopez, Miss Kelly, Aaron Reyna, Bailey Ortega, Maricela Ferrer, Michael Cruz, and Nicholas Villarreal.
I hear your yearbook will be here on May 18th.
That's right. We are all looking forward to the signing party and getting our yearbooks.
Some people wonder why they should get a yearbook. Here's our friendly neighborhood registrar, Ms. Tagold, talking about why you should get your yearbook.
Back and look 44 years ago and still see me. Now, how often you can't do that with Snapchat and Instagram and stuff. And look, here's me most talkative. I'm still most talkative. But this is why you need a yearbook, so you have memories
Class
for a
of
lifetime.
74.
Coach Takel, yes, he's old too. He's 60. Coach Takel, see, we could go back and look, and if you don't have a yearbook, you can't do that. Coach Takel talking to his high school coach during a game. You don't want to miss that out. Buy a brigade. It's worth the money, and it's worth the memories can never be replaced.
Thank you, Ms. Takel. Students, getting your yearbook is easy. Come by room 119 during your lunch or advisory. The yearbook staffers can explain how you can pay a little now and the rest when the book comes in.
How much are those yearbooks?
They are $65. After the signing party, though, they go up in price to $75. The yearbook staff has to pay for extra shipping.
But don't spend extra money. Get your yearbook now and have a keepsake of all your favorite memories here at Terry High.
We are getting ready for our end-of-course testing. What about a vocabulary word from the list?
Good idea. Today's word comes from the algebra word wall. The word is perimeter. This is the total distance around the edge of a figure.
Rangers, there's word walls all over the school. Make sure you're familiar with all the words on there so you can be successful on the end-of-course tests.
Since it's Wednesday, it's time for our top 5 wellness tips. With all the rain we've had over the past few days, let's give some reasons why you should pay attention to rising waters.
Number 5, turn around, don't drown. 6 inches of fast-moving water can knock over an adult. 2 feet of fast-moving water can carry away a vehicle, so stay out of moving water.
Number 4, if you don't know the depth of the water, don't wade through it. There's no way to tell how deep it is, even if you think you know the street. Besides, you could step on something sharp because those floodwaters are muddy.
Number 3, there's another reason for not playing in ditches or floodwaters. You don't know what's in there. That could be floating mounds of fire ants, water moccasins, or other snakes and critters.
Number 2, downed power lines could also be submerged in floodwaters. You can get electrocuted, so stay out of the water.
And number 1, stay informed. Use Twitter to keep up with the latest weather updates. If the weather people say flooding is expected, believe them. Stay home, hunker down, stay safe.
And those are our wellness tips for this week.
Last night was the Tommy Tunes Awards. Two of our students, Tamara Clayton and Joseph Ray Hernandez, spent the last 2 weekends to be a part of the finale at the award show.
Because of high water and the flooding in Houston, they weren't able to go. Still, we are proud of them for all the rehearsal time they put in to represent Terry.
Yes, we are. Now let's close today's show with an inspirational thought from Oprah. Forget about the fast lane. If you really want to fly, just harness your power to your passion.
We're ending today's show with a look back at what happened this week in history.
We would first want to thank Dr. Randall for coming on the show today as our guest anchor.
It was a pleasure.
And with that, we're out of here. Remember, Ranger Pride every day, every way.